Hello everyone, we are here at the Lincoln County Workforce Development Center with Dr. Mark Penny. We're hoping today to introduce you all to a little bit of what we're doing out here in Lincoln County and hopefully answer some of your questions. So, hello Dr. Penny, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, I really appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely, we're happy to have you. So, first and foremost, Dr. Penny is the superintendent for the Lincoln County R3 School District out here in Troy, Missouri. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you kind of landed out here in Lincoln County.
Yeah, I'm in my 12th year of service here in the Lincoln County R3 School District, and so I am a social studies teacher originally, and became a high school principal in Moberly, Missouri, and assistant superintendent, and I moved my family here over 11 years ago to Troy, and my two oldest are now alumni of Troy Buchanan, and my youngest is a junior at Troy Buchanan High School. So very proud of living in this district and serving our more than 7,000 students in the Lincoln County R3 School District. Well, Rankin has been recognized for many years as a leader in career and technical education. And so the Lincoln County R3 School District prides itself in having those types of relationships with partners in higher education. And so when we thought of who could we partner with in this project with our Workforce Development Center, Rankin was at the very top of that list. And so having the satellite campus in Wentzville allowed for just a conversation of what if, and Rankin was very kind to allow us to say, well, if we did this, we could make that happen. And they've been nothing but great. Don Pohl, the leadership of Rankin has just been phenomenal to work with, and the Board of Trustees at Rankin Technical College have been very impressive as well. So it's just been a wonderful partnership from day one, and it's hard to believe that this has been in the works probably now for about the last four years, but now people are actually seeing it come to fruition with this building that opened here in August of 2022.
We have a lot of questions about how we ended up here in Troy and what exactly that process entailed. I definitely want to hear from you, Dr. Penny, about how that came about and how we made this dream come true.
Yeah, so in my first couple years as serving as superintendent, I began to have conversations with other higher ed institutions. And for reasons, and some were interested, some were not. But when we spoke to Rankin, it was like, well, let's just make this happen. And so we were able to put together a team of the Lincoln County Economic Development Director with Julie Rogers, with Boone Slick Regional Commission, and developed a partnership of how the county, the school district, and Rankin could work with the state of Missouri and the federal government to make this a reality. And so it's a pretty interesting prototype that I think the state of Missouri, number one, is very proud of. Governor Parson has been here twice. And Governor Parson has been at Rankin Technical College many times in St. Louis and probably Wentzville. But the other thing is I've had community members share that this is the crown jewel of Lincoln County. And so when I hear that, there just seems to be a sense of pride amongst our community members that we were able to do something right here to impact our local workforce now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what businesses are looking at as they look at other locations. And we want Troy, Moscow Mills, Hawk Point. We want that to be on the radar of other businesses.
Mm-hmm. As a Lincoln Countyan, I'm very proud to be a part of this project as well. So Dr. Penny, I did a little bit of light internet stalking and found out a little bit more about your background. And kind of just in your story to tell. So I read online that you recently was also awarded Man of the Year by the Troy Area Chamber of Commerce out here for the 2023 year. So that's an incredible honor. How's that feel?
Well, there's been 65 other Man and Women of the Year, and to think about being a part of that long list of just dedicated citizens to Lincoln County and to our area. Just a great honor, and what was really wonderful about it, my family was able to be there, mm-hmm. but also my Board of Education family, co-workers, colleagues, and so, but without the students we serve, there's no need for people like me. So I was just very honored, and he actually accepted the award on behalf of our students.
Oh, wonderful!
And to me, that's really my job is to serve them, mm-hmm. and. But I appreciate the accolades. I didn't know that I was even nominated, much less a winner. But just very honored, and I want to thank the Troy Area Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, well deserved, of course. So, a few more questions about your career and kind of the connection with Lincoln County up here and Rankin Technical College. What would you say is your favorite part of your career in the last few years?
Kids. I just love children. I love seeing, not when I say kids, I'm talking, we have them from ages 3 to 21.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a wide range of young people that we work with, but just the potential that they have. And during COVID, the pandemic, we learned the resiliency of students. And I want to thank our parents and our students for working with us during that time. But that's the most rewarding part of my job. The other thing I think is the child that I would call the underdog, whether it be at promise of graduating from high school, a student with the special needs, gifted, you name it. We work with all types of children. And so I think we're just very blessed to be able to have a multitude of dynamics and the children we work with.
Being out here in Lincoln County, I know I've been out here a good few years now, and Dr. Penny's been out here for a long while as well. It is no secret Troy has some deep-rooted, small town qualities. So I'm sure, a lot of different things come into play, thinking about what am I going to do after high school? Am I going to go into the family business, or am I going to go away and go off to a 4-year university, or whatever that looks like for that individual student? And we're very blessed to be able to be a part of the process of helping them decide what are those next steps for me. And for those students that do decide maybe a skilled trade would be beneficial for me, not only for their own future and their own financial security, but also to kind of give back and be a part of the community. So what would you say is the importance of having that skilled trades so close to home, where we can offer this service to our students right here in their hometown?
Yeah, so 2 members of my family, my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, are both Rankin graduates.
Oh, very cool.
And my brother is not, but should have been.
Okay.
And so my brother was the student that liked school, but he didn't love school. And so he tried the college route, but then decided at an early age he wanted to get into the trades. So my brother was a union iron worker, and now he's an operations manager for Simon Crane Service. And so I've seen it close to home, if you will, in that I believe that all children should graduate from high school with college-like skills, but that doesn't mean that everybody should necessarily go to college, to your point. So we want them to be successful in the military, the workforce, technical college, community college. But I do think training is very important, and I think that's what we do right here at Rankin West and Troy and our Lincoln County Workforce Development Center.
To speak to one of your points as well, we do serve such a wide variety of individuals. So, I mean, it could be a student that's going into their senior year and they want to utilize a dual enrollment option with us and get started on their degree early. It could be a student fresh out of high school that wants to go into a technical skilled trade industry kind of career. And it could be an industry professional that's coming back and is looking for that next promotion, or how to move up in their industry, or maybe a complete career switch. So we're very lucky to have the options that we have out here in Lincoln County and be able to bridge the gap between what's available for our students and give them the opportunity to build themselves a successful career.
Leah, I think these young people and parents will find that these are very lucrative wages for skilled labor and skilled trades. And so I think that is something that people should take a look at and to match their interest. Like, we have a wonderful aquaponics lab right here in our center, and I wouldn't have thought of that 5 years ago, that we would be growing fresh tilapia here in Troy, Missouri. So really the sky's the limit, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention people like Frank Roth, who's also a alumni of Rankin Technical College. He and I had a conversation several years ago about what can we do to bring skilled labor to Lincoln County. And he's been a huge supporter, and the banks, our banks have been supporters, our business community as a whole. Our community has really stepped up to the tune of almost $400,000 to donate for student scholarships in case students need financial assistance to go to Rankin Technical College. So to me, this is not possible without their support either. So I want to really give a shout out to our businesses, and we're working now with Toyota Motor Manufacturing Corporation. I know that we're doing more programming with them, and CMS Homes has been a great sponsor for our program, and so is Silverfin Solutions. So really thankful to all those business sponsorships.
I think now more than ever, a lot of different kind of influential factors in helping a student decide what to do with the rest of their life, they're kind of changing their tune. So when I was in high school and for generations before me, a lot of us were told, you know, you got to go to college, you got to go to a 4-year university, you got to get that bachelor's degree. And not to say that there's anything wrong with going that route, but it's just not the right route for everyone. So being able to kind of bring college without the college, if you will, to these students has been it's been incredible. It's been a great process to be a part of, and the community is very welcoming and very encouraging of these students. And truly, skilled trade is what keeps the economy rolling. So we really can't live without these, and we're seeing that more and more now. Students are realizing that I can make a real steady income on this for the rest of my life, and I can have this recession-proof career that, you know, people aren't going to stop driving cars. We're not going to stop needing internet services and IT. We're not going to stop needing, you know, carpentry and skilled trades and electricians and things like that. So
our Rankin West Troy location is one of Rankin's first attempts at agriculture, and so we've got greenhouses here, and want to grow fresh lettuce and tomatoes, vertical farming, if you will. And so just programming that I think Rankin maybe 10 years ago might not think they'd be doing agriculture, but they know we have 400 students in the Future Farmers of America Club right here at Troy Buchanan High School. And that doesn't count Winfield, Ellsbury, Silex. So this is a regional approach to skilled trade and career technical education, not just for Troy, Lincoln County R3 students.
So here at Rankin, we speak with lots of seniors all the time, and a lot of times they'll just come to us and say, I'm really not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure what I want to do with the rest of my life. I'm not sure what my career is going to look like. So what would you say is some good advice for future students that are just kind of navigating the world, or what are the next steps for me after high school?
Yeah, talk to your counselor, talk to your principal, talk to your teacher. We have all kinds of different resources for young people. The other is just shadow. Come and shadow what we call, I think Rankin has a program called Shadow a Tech. You know, come and shadow a student just to see if that's something that you're interested in. And you might be surprised. You might walk into that environment and say, you know what, I can see myself doing that. And when I was 16, I didn't quite know what I wanted to do either, and that's okay. But just know this is always an available option right here in your own backyard. And the school district will pay for part of your tuition, and so will Rankin. That's the beauty about the partnership we have with Lincoln County R3 and with Rankin Technical College.
Yes, dual enrollment students, that is always a wonderful option for them. They usually graduate high school about halfway through their associate's degree, so excellent option for those students.
The sky's the limit, Leah. Rankin Technical College, one thing that they do better than I think a lot of their competitors is they listen to industry, and they are driven by industry standards and industry needs. And with the baby boomers kind of retiring from the trades, we need a replenish of the workforce, and I think we need it now. You know, I don't know if we have enough. I don't feel like we have enough electricians, plumbers, HVAC, sheet metal, pipe fitters. There's all kinds of different trades that our young people need to know that are out there, and I know they've got the skill set. That's our job as a school district, to give them the tools they need to be successful. But then we just got to match that up with their interests and where they see themselves, you know, beyond high school.
You're absolutely correct. We have a ton of not only Rankin instructors that are graduates that have been out into the industry, and they're coming back and telling us, you know, this is what the industry is really looking for. We have dozens and dozens of company partners that are constantly, you know, reaching out and saying, do you have any students looking for internships or maybe an apprenticeship, or who's looking for full-time employment? Actually, it's projected in the next 5 years that about 85% of plumbers will be retiring from the industry. So that means out of every 100 plumbers who could pick up the phone and call, you now only have to choose between 15. So the industry is wide open. We need the skill set. We need those skilled tradespeople, and it's an excellent way to build yourself a very steady career. So yes, we do a lot of listening to the industry.
And a very rewarding, you know, as far as benefits and retirement, pensions, you know, things like that. Most 18 to 20-year-olds don't think about that, but when the time that they need it, it will be there for them, you know. So that to me would be very important for a young person to take a look at.
Absolutely. Finances is always one of those difficult topics to talk about with young people. You know, they've never really put too much of that into perspective. Everything's very small scale right now. But I think a huge selling point of an education with Rankin is the cost. What is the personal investment? What is the return on investment that I'm going to see here?
Yeah.
So if our students are paying, a portion of what they would pay to go to a 4-year university, and they're rolling out at 19 years old, making 50, 60, 70, sometimes even $80,000 a year, and they've paid, a fraction of that to come to school, it's a no-brainer. It truly is. I think that just explaining to people, the logistics behind it and how viable of an option this is for you in your future is half the battle. And then they come in and see our facility and they're like, wow, this is really interesting. Troy, what would you say is a good place to stop in and get a bite to eat?
Oh my goodness, wow. I have a long list of those because I want to give a shout out to my friends at Woods Fort. I want to give a shout out to our friends at Honey Badger, Terraminos, Dos Primos Chihuahuas. I don't want to leave anybody out. For folks in Hawk Point, Backroads is delicious.
Really? I've never been
And
there.
they have great pizza at Backroads, and good place to get hamburgers in our community. So once again, we're truly blessed. But I will say this: the best lunch in the district or in the community is in the school district. And so we have really good food at Chartwells. They do a great job of providing lunch for our students and for our staff. So I got to give them a shout out, man. And then we have the EduKitchen food truck that is run by our culinary arts students, and Mrs. Andrea Taro, who is our culinary arts instructor, and our food service director, Mike Blankley, do a great job of the EduKitchen food truck, serving at Friday night football games. We do teacher appreciation with our food truck, and we'll bring it to your company or business.
So I will vouch for that. I did a career fair at TBHS a few months ago, and the wonderful culinary program, they provided dinner for us. I felt I was underdressed. It was it was delicious. They did an excellent job putting that together. The food was amazing. And I've been hoping, with our aquaponics lab up and running, when we get a little bit more coming out of that, we would love to be able to donate. And we've got, fish and different crops and herbs and things like that coming in the near future. So what do you think about that?
Well, that's the goal. The goal is to have that tilapia be fish sticks.
Absolutely.
And then the other goal that we have is renewable energy. And so we've talked to Rankin. We have solar panels here. I think in the future you'll see a wind turbine. We have electric charging stations, but how can we work with Rankin to take our diesel fuel, our oil changes, and our food cafeteria waste and make that renewable? So once again, the sky's the limit of things that we can do in our partnership.
Okay, so now we know where to grab dinner the next time we're out and about. So what would you say is maybe a hobby that the community doesn't know you might be interested in?
Well, I like to travel.
Okay.
We have a recreational vehicle, a fifth wheel camper, my wife and I and our children like to do. But I also breed English red-tipped coonhounds, and so a lot of people don't know that I do that. My father did that for many years, and that's one of my just kind of hobbies, if you will. It's kind of my release from the way maybe a stress reliever, if you will. So that's probably something that a lot of people don't know about me. My favorite book is Where the Red Fern Grows, and I read that in 4th grade, and I've been hooked on that ever since. So, but that's just a little fun thing about me.
I didn't know that. Interesting. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
All of them.
All of
them. But I really like the Dairy Queen here in Troy. I like the Itty Blizzard that they have on the menu, and we're very blessed to have a new Sonic as well.
That too. I just visited
the new Sonic restaurant is a real deal. I've been there 2 or 3 times in the last week or so.
So that's good stuff.
Once again, our community can offer just so many different things, and so that's what I love about living here.
Well, one more thing I'd like to do while we have you all today, we will be hosting another Discover Rankin Day on Saturday, April 1st between 8 and 12. We're putting kind of a little bit of a new spin on it this time. So we're hoping to bring in some company partners up here in Lincoln County, St. Charles County, and even out in Warren County, and bring everyone together, kind of bridge the community into a nice space where we can bounce ideas off of each other and talk about what's to come and any employment needs that our company partners might need, as well as what can we do to help out our students with future job placement. So Saturday, April 1st between 8 and 12, we'll be out here. There'll be lots going on, some interactive activities. It's always a good chance to come check out the shop and meet our instructors. Lincoln County Economic Development, I know, will be here. The Missouri Job Center out in Warrenton, they'll be here as well. So stop on by for that. Hopefully we can get you in, show you up here in Troy. We've got our machining shop, we've got our carpentry and building construction shop, as well as our brand new aquaponics shop, which is really, really interesting. If you haven't had a chance to come check that out, it lives up to the hype, I promise. So So again, Dr. Penny, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate the opportunity to even just sit down and chat with you about, what's to come and what this means for us out here in Lincoln County. So follow along if you'd like to see some more videos and get to know our community members a little bit better. Anything you'd like to add?
No, Leah, I just want to thank you for your time, and I want to thank you for your level of energy and enthusiasm. That's contagious, and that's something that I want to see out in this facility. The other is just a thank you. Thank you to this whole entire community. I've had a lot of people pass along compliments, but we roll up our sleeves and we get the work done. And that's really, it needs to be this work that is very important. And so we want Lincoln County to be a place that people not only live, but they want to play, they want to work, and just a great place to raise a family. And it has been for many years. We just want that to continue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully in 10 years we can circle back and have a few students on our alumni
Yeah.
board that say, I graduated from the Rankin West out here in Troy, and we can look back
Yep.
on this and say all our hard work was worth it.
That'd be great. I would enjoy that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here. We appreciate it.